Hello, welcome to my Pluck tutorial within Massive. I'm going to show you how to make the preset, and then you can follow the video and essentially copy it and use it for yourself. I don't mind, but you have the option to change it up in your own way as you learn through it. If you are learning how to program synth, or whether you already know and you want to change the sound a bit, you can do that at a later date after this tutorial. It's pretty simple. This is called Pluck Stars, and this is what it sounds like. So I'm going to show you how to make that. I've got an instance of Massive below. We're just going to use this section, if I just keep that there soloed. So we've got the slow part, and we're going to chuck it onto the new Massive here, which is an Untitled sound. If we just make sure, new sound at the top. So we've got a really nasty plain sound there. So what we're going to do is, before we start, we're going to turn off oscillator 2 and 3. We're going to turn off the modulation, we're going to turn off the noise, the feedback, the inserts, and we're good to go. So we're going to use the pulse saw PWM, and we're going to turn up the saw position, we're going to turn it right up full. And then the pulse width, we're going to turn that right off. So we've just got that set up for oscillator 1, and we're going to chuck it down to filter 2 just because that's how I roll. Filter 1, turn it off, so we know we're not using it, and we've got this sound to start with. So it's very basic, sounds a bit nasty, sounds nothing like what I'm doing with the other patch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to filter 2 and we're going to put on the low pass 2. So we hear nothing. So it's a simple cut-off filter. We're going to set that to 9 o'clock, so we can just barely hear it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to envelope 1. Now this is where the magic starts to happen. We're going to use the decay and the level to tweak the sound. What we're going to do for now is turn the release down, and we're going to play the sound and hear what it's going to do. But before we hear what it's going to do, we need to link envelope 1 here up to the cutoff just by clicking the little crosshair, join it onto it, and probably chuck it up to about 11 o'clock. Using the number there, you can drag it up and down without moving the actual cutoff filter, if you know what I mean. So now we're going to hear what it's going to do when we edit the decay and level. So it sounds nice around there. So that's 11 o'clock and 11 o'clock for the level. It's a good start. We'll leave it at that. So now we've got the sound. If we just chuck that up to about 12 o'clock for now, you can hear what's going on. Now if we go to effects 1 up here, and we're going to go to delay synced, turn that up, and we're going to keep that at its original settings, so 3/12 and 2/16, just to give it a nice complex delay. And we're going to chuck the feedback up a little bit and the dampening right up for now and see what it sounds like. Right, turn the dampening down. There. So we've got a nice little complex feel going on when the keys are pressed. Then we're going to go to effects 2 and we're going to put on reverb. Now reverb, turn the dry and wet up, we'll turn the size to about 2 o'clock, density up, colour up for now. That's pretty much probably how I set it, it sounds nice. We'll come back to EQ after. So now we've got that fundamental. If we chuck down the cutoff again, what we're going to do is we're going to control the velocities of the notes a little bit. So we're going to click the crosshair on velocities, drag that up to the next box on the cutoff of filter 2 where we dragged envelope 1, and we're going to chuck it up just before 12 o'clock. So that softens the sound there, as you can hear. We turn that off. It's soft, but it's harsh when it filters in more. That just helps. It just helps the whole Pluck sound give you that feel within the track when you start making a melody line over your super saw waves. Now, that is essentially it. We're just going to go into voicing, and I'm going to play this, and I'm just going to do it, and you'll hear what it sounds like. Just do that if you want it to sound a bit more full in a track. Here we go. So we're going to turn unison up to 2. Now we've got a phasing issue, so we're going to put the pan position to on, and we're going to turn it right to turn this slider right to the right. So it kind of spaces out the unison effect, gives it a bit more spread, as it is said here, unison spread. And where the magic happens, because if we turn this up now, if we turn the cut off, it's just one long note, and it's just sustained. So what we're going to do to combat that and just give it a bit more of an epic Pluck feel is we're going to turn up the attack on the oscillator tab. We're going to go to this envelope here, turn the attack slightly up, decay all the way up, so we get this nice big ramp. And then what we're going to use is the envelope. We're going to get the crosshair of that, drag that down to depth. Now we're going to turn the rate up to about 12 o'clock. Now I'm going to show you before I turn up this envelope input. We've just got a nice sustained note. If I turn this up, it's essentially an LFO, but vibrato. So we're going to leave that down, and we're going to let the envelope control it to about 12 o'clock. So now we get this. And once we chuck that back down to about 9 o'clock, this cut off up here, play. There we are, that is the magic there. And that is it, that's the Pluck sound, that's Pluck Stars. Feel free to copy that and rewatch the video if you want to copy it in its entirety. But it's very simple, very basic. I'm no synth expert, but these are some of the patches that I am using now in my current EP that I am building, which I'll link you to in a few videos' time. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this video useful. The next tutorial will be a trance bass. It's not going to be the usual, it's going to be a bit harsh, it's going to be more of a gritty sound, just for those tracks, and it's going to be linked to an envelope just like in here, and we're going to go into a bit more depth on how I've linked it all together to get the sound. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'd just like to take this moment to say thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for the kind comments, the likes, and just the way you're spreading it around the social media. That's fantastic. I can't be doing these videos if no one's watching them. So it's thumbs up, massive thumbs up to you all. And we'll see you next time when I do a trance bass next week.